Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Hi, it's me. Gosh darn, I always want this off. I want to be ready. I'm gonna do this sometime where I'm actually ready and I don't have gibberish everywhere. So, my topic today I want to start off with is going to be how is street life going to be different now in the future, and not so much because of what's happening right here and right now. But I want today to be a topic on the future of cruising the streets of urban Landavilia. Everyone knows where that is, too. Urban Landavilia. So, my name's Dan. I'm the futurist who's thinking of the future. So come join me now, everybody. Let's check this thing out. So we're going to jump into this here by talking about, so I have all my topics up top right here, so I'll even go through some of my tabs. That makes it a little bit easier. The future of city streets, future city street innovations, future streetwear, future personal electronics, and then when it goes to that, I start thinking of manufacturing and factories and stuff like that. So I have a couple documents pulled up of kind of where some of these super smarty pants McGeesters think that we're going to be going in this world real soon. So they're going to be telling us where they feel that manufacturing will be taking us. Sounds like oodalocious of fun, and I can't wait to take us all down this journey today. I'm going to try to keep this one pretty tight. Let's see if I can get me within a half hour, make it a little more fun. So, as you can see here, I just put up the future of city streets. Really, it's more like you're going to probably see digital stuff popping up where you're going to be able to throw your phone in front of your face and kind of see a digital world in front of you popping up. That's what I think. So these little blue things are, let's just consider those when you pull your phone up and you're going to be looking through your phone's screen. You're going to kind of see things in front of you. Put on glasses that will give you a different digital view of certain things. Maybe that's where I can see city streets going real quick, like being able to get nothing changes, but yet everything can change through a visual aspect of things is kind of where I think our next future is going to be taking us. Go here, don't go there. Your glasses that you wear might have you on a schedule, and you may see arrows pointing you to where you need to go in your day. So that's where I kind of see future, and I don't even really see people talking about it. That's just kind of where my brain goes toward these things. So I always see us as wanting to be very scheduled. If you could put glasses on that gave you arrows in front of your day saying, hey, you should be going this way. So if you go to your store and you can map out where you go in your store, you can even say your glasses may be able to register things that you're not. Like if you go to a store that has all the same scanner things that are always little scanner tags, if you notice in front. Well, if your glasses are reading that as they can read it, and then as you go down and jot your list down for your day of where you want to go. So I'm going to go shopping. My shopping list is dot, 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 dot. And your glasses may kind of already know where you're going and start telling you, go this way, then turn. So it could be logging and GPSing more than we want to know about, but at the same time making our day more convenient. So for those who don't mind, hold on here. I was telling someone I'm going to do something real quick here. So let me do something. I probably am not going to. Oh, hold on. Dude. Just going to run this over here because I really don't want everyone in the universe checking out my shenanigans. Oh, that's why I have this. Boom. Boom. Come on, OBS phone. What? There it is. Boom. Sorry, everybody. I'm doing some silliness here. Compoterness. I'm compoting. Come on, silly. That kind of works, though. I have two screens. My other screen, I'm doing something right now because I want to move this over real quick so I can do a little bit of my I wanted to have this out and going. Okay. Let's get back over. City streets. So what I was saying before is I conceive that we're probably going to be more in a city street function of actually, hold on here, still doing a little bit of other shenanigans. We'd be actually having more, like I said, our digital world would be enhancing the stuff that's already happening. That's the first thing I really see. So that'd probably be a lot more along the lines of my personal electronics portion of this here. Future city innovations. So once again, you're going to see holographic stuff popping up probably more often. You're going to see more ergonomics probably like over here in the future street design of like how things are going to look, where you sit, how you do things. Bringing air through a town, moving air through a town to make sure that you get good dynamic airflow so things don't get like congested feeling. Yeah, so really things aren't going to change that much for quite some time, it would appear. You may see, like, here you go. You may see drones flying around, but like to do specific things for you, like where you go to eat, you may find that a drone delivers your drinks or something like that. It's going to be unique because I always notice, like, okay, so I want to go over real quick just to the factories for 2 seconds. And if you look around on a lot of these factory floors, I'm noticing very minimal human activity going on. I don't see a bunch of people like they used to show in industry where there's a bunch of people welding and doing things and tack welding. No, these are all machinies doing machiny stuff. So these are all like, boom, like these, look at this. All machine. There's probably 3 people that walk through the whole darn place. Same thing here. All machines. 3 people are going to be walking around in this whole thing. Other than that, it's not the big manufacturing facilities are just going to be machines. So yeah, street innovations, they're going to be few and far between real soon, but they will get better. What we're going to see is better ergonomics first. Like things are going to make more sense to why it works with humans, the world, and everything. Like you can always see like pads of dirt way up in the sky. Like they're going to be doing things that kind of create and mimic real landscape, terra firma on like larger scale buildings to create a mountainous kind of feel to it. Will allow that the green to be growing upward. You can be growing stuff along the whole tiered sections. That kind of stuff like that. But if we're going to go to streetwear, I kind of wanted to go straight to streets and what we're going to be doing down low. So like people walking on the streets, what's going to be different with us? Like I like this. See, the innovation of someone loses a leg and the quality that they're going to be getting is going to be almost of an upgraded level than most people will have. So some people are going to actually opt to have these things happen in the near future. I mean, if I can have a leg that works better than my leg and I can jump over a building and land safely, I mean, what's the okay? People are going to be opting to be doing unique things that our soft, fleshy body can't handle. So why not cut that off and put a cyborg leg on? So I mean, right now I'm looking to the fashion, streetwear, the future of streetwear. I'm not seeing anything that's blowing my mind. So I see that it's going to remain very nominally the same. We're going to see, I mean, you're going to see like stuff like this where you have 3D printed shoes and stuff like that. I think that in the future, 3D printers are going to be doing everything. I've discussed this in the past episodes where I say 3D printers are going to have multiple functions. I think one of the functions is going to be your clothes that you build or you make. Build, really. So you're going to be building your fashion, really, and you can have a lot more autonomy with the you make an image. You have your son or daughter's face or your husband or wife's face or your boyfriend or girlfriend's face, and you want to apply that to clothing in a more clean, proper fashion. So maybe I didn't say this right. Let me see. Futuristic clothing styles, Japanese, Jordan, urban, affordable. Let me see if I can find something that's like, that was futuristic, and that's probably the one I'm going to have to go for. Vaporwave. Jacket trending. Apocalyptic. Apocalyptic streetwear. I guess you gotta be prepared for any future situation. I like how there's already like pre-torn stuff. So right now it's the idea of this is going to be apocalyptic streetwear. Like I'm going to showcase what it will look like instead of streetwear good for the apocalypse. Like this is what you want to have if the apocalypse goes on. You want to be a damn near ninja. I'm not kidding you. Black clothes. In a way, I wouldn't even mind breaking this up with some like light camouflage, but blacks and grays. Real dark. I want to disappear in case things go shenanigans, and I can dip out quick. How do I get back over to the other? Oh, I need to go back. Okay, boom. I was in apocalyptic wear. So futuristic. Let's try futuristic real quick. Once again, nothing. Nothing that I'm seeing straight off the bat. Once again, I see the legs. That's what I see. A little bit of anyone who loses a limb is going to have. That's pretty tight right there. Clean breathing. It's clear. You can see through it. I like stuff like that. That looks pretty tight right there. Looks tight. Face where you can see the person's face. I like this, the future DIY fashion, but it has like the ability for interesting backpacks. I think are going to be a thing of the future that are going to be very supportive to your lifestyle. So if you're a camera person, you can have the whole camera setup's going to be kind of popping out and doing things around your backpack. Huh. Sunglasses of the future. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of cool. That kind of looks a little more futuristic-y, I guess. A lot of things is funny because I remember when things were super baggy when I was growing up. Everything went ultra baggy, like way too baggy. But it was always predicted around the people I know that were like, it's going to get tightened up. Everything's going to tighten up. Like skateboarders should be wearing tighter clothes than looser ones. Bikers should be wearing tighter clothes than looser ones. It just makes more sense so you don't get things caught up. But they are. Everything's tightening up. People are going to be moving uniquely faster, and you're going to have to be clean. Like stuff like this I don't get, but it looks cute. It looks neat. So if you want to have a neat fashion, yeah, but functionability. I'm always looking more for functionability. It's a sweet cane. Cool. So then let's go to the next here, which is going to be electronics. And you know, when I was dinking through this, I kind of was already looking around, and everything kind of still has the representation of the same, other than I like when you have your holograms and holographic setups to where you're going to be seeing things pop up in front of you, and then we're going to get, okay, so it took a while to get used to touch screens, really, to do what we were wanting. So yeah, it took a while to get used to not having the tactile feel of a button. You had to just start getting used to typing where you wanted, so you'd have to get used to throwing your finger to the right spot and hitting. So our minds had to relearn and muscle memory learn these things. So it'll take a little while to get used to, but before you know it, you're going to see with visuals and whatnot that you'll be able to type in space, but you'll have the hologram right here in front of you, and it will know kind of through probably sensors and light, touching the light and doing things kind of infrared style. So you would be able to kind of have a unique, free-flowing screen, which if you think about it, holograms will reduce down so much of waste. But once again, waste is what industry runs on. If you don't have waste, you don't have industry, because you have to design things that are going to go into the industry. If I'm going to make a widget, the widget's going to go into a store, and I know that people like the widget, I'm going to make sure I have X amount of the widget ready. Not preparing for the fact that the widget was only liked in a certain region, so the fact that I put it into too many stores now means I have waste. But the industry doesn't care, because even though the waste is out there, the people that provided them the widget made money on it. So someone's always going to be making money on said industry. So overage is something that industry's been using for years. If we reduce overage and then reduce the amount of material even needed to be making the actual item, you're going to be reducing industry down to a very unique place where they're going to have to say, how small do we want to make this thing? Because we can make it this big to do something so large. This thing here becomes a hologram that can actually produce a large screen TV's hologram, and in that large screen TV hologram, it also will give me an interactive experience where I can type on a screen right here, because the hologram will send me a screen wherever I need it to be to type. It will give me a different experience with video games, and it comes on something so little. If I was to say that little thing will only really truly cost X amount to make and build, then really you have to say the smaller we bring our entertainment down, the less industry that's going to be there. And electronics is one of the main things that I'm going to have to say industry is utilizing right now is electronics. Everything: routers, modems, TVs, computers, monitors, phones, earbuds, headphones, glasses, VR experience. So this is just me right here, keeping within a very small entertainment realm that you can see fills up major portions of stores. So if we reduce all that down to one little box, so you go to your store to go to the electronics section, and there's your everything right there, boom, have fun with it. It's going to be one where, like I said, if that little thing right there was everything, you could take the thing everywhere you went. So you take it and you'd stick it onto a little pendant for your shirt, and from there it would send something out where you can always be typing on a screen and stuff like that, to where you would have a different kind of autonomy, providing you everything entertainment-wise into one little small thing. Once again, where's the industry in that? So I don't know how far they'll let industry go with these things without saying, where do we make our money? How big does this industrial bank have to be? So we have how many acres of space set up for industry, and if we reduce it down, that's going to be what? I don't know, because if this is manufacturing coming up in the future where essentially everything is going to be robots, does it matter if we would get rid of all this even? Yeah, it makes someone a lot of money. Someone a lot of money. A couple people will make the residuals off of that, and still it's going to be a lot of money. And then from there it trickles down to a few other people. But look at where's the crew? Where's the workers? They're not there. So industry is going to have to be something unique that I think people are going to have their hands in. So if everyone's got 3D printers, then can we use each other to produce a new and unique manufacturing experience, industrial manufacturing experience? Like, have these banks of robots that are needed to when you decide I have something that is of worth, I've created the thing, now I can send it off to this place where they can now mass produce it. And really, what's mass production going to need if you have your own 3D printer? Like I said, if a 3D printer is able to give you the whole experience of being able to produce a full-on telephone by saying downloading the app, and then it's going to tell you how much of what you need, and then it 3D prints it. Very little waste is going to be there. You can even buy packs. That's going to be the manufacturing box pack. That's going to have a cell phone's worth of stuff to 3D print, and you can use that. You can get hoppers full of more, so that way you can do more than just one thing. So if you need to use copper in some of your stuff, which is going to have to be in some of these for electronics, you're going to be needing X amount of copper per the phone. So you have a phone. In the phone, how much of this is going to have copper in it? Let's say a gram, 2 grams worth of copper inside this thing. You can go out and get a hopper that can hold X amount of whatever you want. You can have 2 pounds of powdered copper inside a 3D printer, ready to use for multiple items. Or you may be able to buy a box will show up that has all the stuff. So you could take this and set it into a unique hopper that will then be able to utilize all those parts to make your cell phone. That right there reduces so much. I know that seems interesting to say, you would have people, instead of going out and having to have this cell phone in stock on the shelf ready to go, you just sell them the premix, like your pancakes and your everything that comes. Oh, geez, I'm trying to think. But hamburger help, all the stuff that you would have in a premix kit. That's what you get. Boom. That will provide you with this cell phone. It's a box. It has powders in it. Has different kind of plastics in it. Has different things that you can set in this. Like a little box comes out. You set the box into your hopper of your 3D printer, and then it would utilize portions of that during very specific parts of the cycle to produce the glass for the screen, the whole thing. It would do everything on a 3D printer platform. So now you say, I like that phone, and you get that phone. No material wasted, no extras. If this phone suddenly has 10,000, let's go small, 10,000 extras that just never got sold somewhere in time. So 10 years from now, they realize that cell phone is useless, but we still have 10,000 remaining that never sold off. What do you do with those besides take a direct loss on the planet and everything? No human gets to use it. But that's kind of common. You can go to places where you can go look at yards of cars that never got sold. They were brand new and never got sold. There's yards of airplanes that have flown, and now they're just sitting. All these things that we have that we could be utilizing and crunching down and crushing down and just getting back into a baser form, so that way we can just utilize what we've already been using, but a one-for-one use, not a let's make 50,000 and we'll take a win on this if we can get upwards of 25,000 and plus. We'll start making money on this, really making money on it. So we want to get to about 35, 40,000. So what happens that last 10,000? Well, if they sell, we make great money then. Boom. And if it really sells, we'll make more. So that's the way they look at it. But I'm like, yeah, but what about if it doesn't sell and it goes past 25 to 30, and then you're going to have 20,000 extra that you don't sell? Well, we still made money, so it was worth it. That's how business thinks. Go ahead and throw a bunch of extra out there. But that extra takes from supply that doesn't need to be used this way. So with that, I'm going to go back to personal electronics real quick, see if there's anything else. They always show the phone. I like the bendy computers and stuff like that if they work right. I do like the new screens, flexible, but I still see that, they wear out after a while type thing. Or it's got dead space in there where I bend it all the time, So there's going to be things like, I think there's going to be interconnectivity more between devices. So I could be able to, soon I'm going to be able to simply plug my TV and, my TV, computer, iPad, and phone all together in a way that they all truly interactively work real nicely. And I know there's ways to do it, but there are always 16 different apps, 10 different ways to do it. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Other than that, yeah, that's kind of, robotics are going to be kind of a part of it. You can see hands, but people freak out about robotics. So we'll get it, but it's not going to be what we think. The future of personal what? The future of personal electronics? I don't know that it's interesting looking though. So yeah, there's that. Let me go up to the very top here. Let's end this here with future factories. It says Factories of the Future 5 Expert Perspectives. So it kind of does this thing. I was looking at it earlier. And I'm just going to go through the tops. I'm going to go through all the main things that they're just going to be talking about for the most part. I'm not going to be able to go through all this. This is a lot of shenanigans. Good stuff, though. I was kind of reading through a few of them. I mean, do I agree with everything? No, but these are smart people thinking smart people stuff, which is good. I mean, they look at me as probably a peon, but I look at them and I say, you're thinking You're thinking inside the box, outside the box, inside the box. Half the time I read these, I'm reading it, I'm going, if everything stays this way, yes. But what happens if something dynamically changes, like what's happening right now with the whole ugly sniffles? After 5 prominent academic members, asked 5 prominent academic members, how will factories of the future be organized and managed? What are the implications for the way data will be used? Production network operated and manufacturing enterprises structure over the next decade. 5 leading academic members of manufacturing leaderboards explore the possibilities. Asked 5 prominent academic members of the manufacturing leaderboard of the Board of Governors to share their predictions on the way that increasingly digitally automated factories and data-driven manufacturing enterprises will be transformed over the next 10 years. The following, okay, so these are going to be next generation agility. Co-founder, Smart Manufacturing Leader Coalition. Vice Chair of Governance Board, Clean Energy, Smart Manufacturing, Innovative. Okay, so this is a dude who's gonna make money on green energy. But once again, that's gonna happen. It has to happen. So I'm just gonna say this is the guy who's gonna be making the money on it, though. Scoobles right here. McGee is gonna be doing his. You know, this is green energy, and this is gonna be this. Ching, 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 ching. So always remember that. Yeah, green energy still makes oodles of money, which is not bad. Trust me, not in the slightest. Just what I'm saying is it green? I used to work in the solar field. I can give you oodles of reason why it's not green in the slightest. Not even in the littlest bit. not a little bit. I can tell you stuff that'll blow your hair back. Okay, modular connected plants. That makes sense. Factories and plants that can come together and modularly join up, so you can add more as time goes on. Pre-packaged modular joints. That kind of sounds like what it's for. Like 3D printing, I see right here. Technology, yeah, 3D printing. Learning factories, makes sense. Makes sense. Chair professor, distinguished research professor at the University of Cincinnati. Okay. Here's Scoobles again. Testing data as an asset. See that? See this dude here. I don't know about this guy. I don't know. Maybe he's cool. He could be great. But now I hear testing data as an asset. That means I'm gonna take your info and make money off it. Multidimensional integrated IoTT. What is IoTT? IoT, the way I look at it, IoT is basically stuff right now. I think IoT needs to become IoTT. Okay, the Internet of True Things. Okay, the Internet of Things. Okay, IoT, Internet of Things. So he's wanting it to be IoTT. So the Internet of True Things. True Things meaning you truly understand why you connect. Today we're just trying to connect. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what Scoobles. Virtual manufacturing models. That makes sense. Becoming more of a virtual business. You know, this dude's business. Business, boy! Jim Davis. Business. The Uberization of manufacturing. I'm guessing that's kind of where I'm looking at things, where you can, you know, send it out to others on a I think moving toward making sourcing and delivering much closer to where consumption takes place. You have a highly different model supported by intelligent machine. Places consumption. The previous mode of manufacturing was to build big plants, bring materials and components to it, produce something, and then to distribute it. I might have one plant around the world, or I might have 3 or 4, but a big model. First, it's not even environmentally friendly because it involves a lot of transportation. Yep. let me see here. I'm looking. It's much more efficient. Okay. Closer to the point of consumption. Yep. Manufacturing site. Computer systems. Cool. Digitally supply chain visibility. We take factory network view. Okay. Who's this dude? Principal Industry Fellow at Cambridge University Institute for Manufacturing and Education and okay, so this dude's somebody. Hi, somebody. Digital supply chain visibility. Project-based enterprises. Composite IP challenges. One of the biggest challenges I see for the future is how we approach intellectual property. I can see this one though, even though it's business, Mr. Business here. I still agree with that. How do we approach intellectual property? The intellectual property that we're talking about with the new kind of integrated systems is what I call composite IP. It's the notion of starting with a sensor technology, and then someone else bringing in a modeling technology, and someone else bringing in an optimization model, etc., to form an overall system. Consider it an acoustic sensor combined with a data-driven machine learned model. This dude here is. I get what he's trying to say, but let's see how he's going to say that better. Adopting a digital attitude, enlightened leadership, embracing disruption. Has to happen. Yeah. Transformation changes. Transformational change has to be disrupted, otherwise it'll take forever. If you just try to tackle it one piece at a time, it's important to tackle the training and education and investment in IP and technology in a comprehensive and coordinated way. It is better to take small steps in this area together than to take a large step in one area and then sequentially try to take on another. If you try to do one technology without the others, you just won't get there. There's a lot to that. So once you start to build something brand new, a new system, you got to destroy all the old stuff behind it to start the new one sometimes. So if one company wants to change its direction, it's going to have to destroy a lot of stuff inside its manufacturing facilities in order to create a new thing proper. It's not going to be able to build up one little section over here and then hopefully build another little section up over here. It's got to do a big destruction of that company to then rebuild that company. So if that's the case, embracing it would also have to tend to how could some things help to fund and finance it. So this is what I was going with today, guys. I kind of wanted to, guys and girls, I kind of wanted to bring us to what is our future going to look like down low, cities. And then I brought us to the very end of manufacturing just because really it is a portion of what we have to contend with in order to have the future streetwear, the future personal electronics, the future streets of the innovated world. You know, what's the new city streets going to look like? You know, there's going to be holograms possibly in front of us, stopping us more to allow for people to have a little more safety. I can only imagine if a big hologram jumped out in front of you to say slow down and it started to kind of stay ahead of you just between areas where they want you to do things, that could be a very useful function. People could have sensors on their thing, so when they come to areas, cars will notice them easier instead of it being a thing that it, like a kid jumping out type of a situation that everyone's always scared of. Cool. Come join me from here on out, everybody. My name is Dan. I am the futurist who's thinking of the future. I want to be talking about I'm going to be bringing a lot of my art into this real soon here. I just want to get the ball rolling on kind of the direction we're going to be going with all this, because then I want to sit down myself and start to bring some of these things to life in a new way. I have my own ideas toward a lot of this stuff. I would love to be hearing from you as well, so I would please join my channel and chat with me if possible. I would love to hear what you have to say to help direct this as I go, because I'm doing them live right now. It's a lot easier for production's sake. I can get it out a lot faster. I can get one out easily a day instead of having to sit down, edit, and slice through things. So I want to get a following of people. Then once I get something going, then I will be able to hopefully direct it to a more edited version where I can clean it up even a little bit more. Things come with time. Things come with time. So I'm going to end this one right here and now. Tomorrow I kind of want to talk about how far can we press the sky? How far can we build up? What is our future's expectations on height parameters? Do we plan to press that limit higher? Are we going to go lower? So I want to see the extremes of our building for our future. So our future cities, I kind of want to bring it to, are we going to be able to go higher? Are we going to be able to go under the ocean? So we'll explore a couple of these things. I'll bring up some stuff. We'll read about it and we'll look into it. Like I said, I'm thinking probably real soon I'm going to get back into the art of it a little bit more. But join me, the futurist of the future. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your day.